Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. You know, typically I get on and make these videos for our students, and we've been doing that for a while now, looking at ways to take care of them, their mental and social emotional health, teaching them skills of how to calm down, feel strong and prepared for everything that's in front of them. But you know, I got to thinking that maybe it's time for us to take a few minutes and step back and take care of us. You know, sometimes we're really terrible at self-care. Those of us who are caregivers, whether you're a teacher, a counselor, you're an administrator, you work in our cafeterias, making sure we have amazing food, whether you're in transportation, whatever your role is in our district, we sometimes forget that we are caregivers, that it's our job every day to look out for the well-being of other people, and those happen to be children, they happen to be students. But in a time like right now, with COVID and a school year that looks completely different than what we're used to, sometimes it's easy to forget to take care of us, and we can get what's called caregiver fatigue. And what that really means is that you carry the weight and the stress and the worry of things for so many other people that it begins to sort of fatigue your own body and your own mind. And sometimes you can even get to a point where you find it difficult to take care of other people because somebody just needs to take care of you. So I wanted to come in and offer a video series for us, for those of us who are the caregivers in our district. And that includes every single person who has a role in the D6 family. So I wanted to take a second to do different things together. Some days we might learn a skill. It might be a mindfulness technique. Some days we might have sort of an educational opportunity and talk about some topics that are important to you, things like anxiety or depression or grief. Or sometimes we might just simply sit together, take some deep breaths, take a moment away from the chaos, and be still. Does that sound like something that you could get on board with? I had a feeling it would. I know it's something that I need too. So today, the first thing I wanted to talk about was something called cognitive diffusion. Now, I know most of you are educators, and so you're not scared of big words, but cognitive diffusion or diffusion really means the ability to separate ourselves from our thoughts. So if you think of it this way, probably you're used to experiencing thoughts throughout your day that feel a little bit invasive, that sort of pop in and come in and take over. So you've got those pop-in thoughts that really kind of dictate and color the way that you act, the things that you say, and what's on your mind. And sometimes those thoughts can be really super invasive. They can be persistent and not let you go. They can make you anxious. They can make you depressed. They can make you really stressed out. So diffusion is this concept of being able to put a little bit of space between ourselves, meaning the things that we do, the things that we say, our lives, and the thoughts that we have. So being able to create space so that thoughts don't control you. Does that sound like something that you've experienced before? Yeah, you probably have. I know I have. So cognitive diffusion has some different techniques that you can learn to help create that space so that you don't feel as controlled by thoughts that are popping into your mind. So one example might be some of you may really be thinking about COVID a lot right now. And maybe that's sort of a pressing thought that pops in and it makes you stressed, it makes you anxious. So how do we create space for you so that you feel calmer, you acknowledge the thought, but you don't allow it to color how your day is going to be? So I want to do a little mindfulness exercise with you that's going to work on this concept of diffusion. And the mindfulness exercise, I just call it leaves on a stream. Okay, leaves on a stream. So if you will, I'm going to lead us through it. We're kind of do this together. So just, if you're not already, find a comfortable position, maybe sit in a chair, sit on the floor, whatever's comfortable for you. Just kind of sit straight like I always tell the students to do. And we're going to start by taking a deep breath. And just like I tell the students, we always breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. So take a deep breath with me. In. And blow that out. We're going to do 2 more. This is number 2. And blow that out. This is number 3. Breathe in and blow that out. Very good. Now, close your eyes. I'm going to leave mine open while I talk to you. Close your eyes. In your mind, I want you to envision a stream. I want you to think of the most beautiful stream that you've ever seen. Maybe it's surrounded by trees with the wind peacefully blowing the leaves. Maybe you can feel the softness of the green grass underneath your feet. Maybe you're sitting in the grass, and when you move your hands, you can feel every single blade. Maybe you can smell the flowers or the smell of fall in the air. Everybody knows what that smells like. Maybe you can hear the rustling of leaves, or maybe there's animals nearby and you can hear them collecting nuts for the winter. But you see the stream and you're sitting right by it. And the stream is moving peacefully, slowly. There's no waves, there's no ripples. It's pure and it's beautiful and it's calm. Now take another deep breath in and let it out. Now, as you sit by the stream, you see a leaf floating by on the stream, a single leaf. Maybe you see another leaf. They float by slowly. The stream is moving slowly. As you sit and enjoy the quiet of the stream, allow whatever thoughts come into your mind to come into your mind and pass by. Now, whatever those thoughts are, I want you to place them on a leaf. So whatever the thought is, however big, however small, place it on the leaf in front of you. Watch it float by, float down the stream. As thoughts continue to pop in your mind, place each one on a leaf. Let them float away until they're out of sight. If you begin to have negative or difficult thoughts, things like boredom or frustration or anger or sadness, place those also on a leaf. Recognize them and see them for what they are, and then allow the stream to float them away. Far enough until they're in the distance and you can no longer see them. Take another deep breath. As your thoughts continue, place them on a leaf. Let them float down the stream until they are out of sight. Now open your eyes. Welcome back. Take another deep breath with me and let it out. Now, how do you feel? Some of you may feel calm. Some of you may feel peaceful. Some of you may have experienced lots and lots of thoughts coming to you. Maybe things you needed to get done today, things you needed to accomplish. Maybe it was those worries or those invasive sort of pop-up thoughts. What did it feel like to place them on a leaf and let them go down the stream? It may have felt strange. It may have felt new, something different. But when we are able to sit in a quiet space and allow our mind to imagine that stream, to acknowledge the thoughts that we're having, and make the choice in our mind to place the thought on a leaf, is what we're using now, but to set it aside, acknowledge it for what it is, but let the thought move past. That does what we've wanted to accomplish. It creates diffusion. It creates the space in our mind for us to be able to acknowledge the thought, But rather than allowing it to linger and sort of marinate and control who we are, we take just a moment to let ourselves acknowledge it and float past. Now, that doesn't mean that the thoughts might not come back and might not recur, but this is a great exercise and practice that you can do on your own. You can stop and do this anytime you need to. You can take 15 seconds to do this, or you may benefit from sitting for 5 or 6 minutes and practicing something like Leaves on a Stream. But it's that ability to give yourself a little bit of space to feel what you feel and acknowledge your thoughts, but have the ability to move past them so that you can continue with your day and not have it be an invasive impact on who you are and the things that you say and the things that you do. So hopefully it was helpful. It's something that I hope you're willing to practice again. And I can't wait to get together again next week. We're going to try to do this about once a week. And like I said, we're going to learn different skills, different mindfulness techniques, things that hopefully I can share with you that are going to be impactful, and also do some educational opportunities about topics and things that I know are important to you and questions you may have about your own mental and social emotional health. Guys, know that you are loved. Know that you are needed and necessary in this D6 family right now. Know that you are doing an amazing job and that it's okay to sometimes not be okay. But we are here for each other, and together we can always get through just about anything. Love you guys, and see you next time.